Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Ganja Vacations Conversations with interesting people in cannabis tourism. My name is Norman Lawrence, and today we're speaking with Teresa Kozak from Hotbox Jamaica, 420 Bud and Breakfast establishment in Ocho Rios on the north coast of the island. So, welcome, Teresa, and many thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, a nice hot day in Jamaica, I presume.
It's very hot.
Okay. Okay.
It's very hot today.
Okay. So you describe Hotbox as a ganja bud and breakfast. Now, what does that mean? And as a guest there, what is my experience like?
For sure. So Hotbox is a different experience than going to a resort. We are a house that's situated on a 100-acre property in Ocho Rios in the Exchange. And so you have a more intimate experience of staying in Jamaica. And then what we sort of layer on top of, your opportunity of staying at this house is this is a 420 friendly experience. So we have outside consumption lounges. We can connect people to local dispensaries and get them access to quality ganja. As a traveler, you're allowed to be in possession of cannabis. So we'll make sure that people are safe when they're doing so. And, we can travel around and do different experiences that would be more intimate and personal. So like going to a ganja farm, for example.
Okay. So, I mean, the property sounds very, very attractive. You're also on a river, I believe. So are there activities involved with exploring those 100 acres you have there?
Yeah, so we are on a river. It's the Erie River, the Erie Beach. So actually the White River itself is 70 kilometers and part of that comes through our property and it's called like the original Blue Hole. So part of the exploration is, walking down to the river, which is a good hike. I've walked it with some people and they need to stop along the way to have a little drink of water. Other people are sweating and loving it. But you get down to the river, you can swim, you can enjoy the afternoon. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, like I say, different than just being on a beach in a resort setting.
Okay. So I know you talked a little bit about that, but as a 420 bud and breakfast, 420 bed and breakfast, are you trying to deliver a particular kind of experience? And do guests come there expecting a certain kind of experience?
Yeah, I think, guests can come here with the knowledge that they can have a ganja package prepared for them and ready for them when they arrive, that there is consumption spaces throughout the property that people can enjoy. So if you wanted to smoke a spliff in your room or on the patio or the outside gazebo, that's available. We do cater to specific activities. So if someone wanted to have a ganja wedding on the property, they could do that as well. We would pull in the features that would make it more of a ganja experience than not. So I guess the expectation is that it's a safe space. It's a space where people can feel comfortable and, be themselves while they're on vacation. And, we're here to also, like I said, cater to different activities or opportunities that people want to explore at the same time. So it might be, driving out to a Blue Hole and, smoking a spliff along the way, or traveling out to, Negril and still, again, having the opportunity to consume cannabis in a way that feels comfortable.
You can provide customers with your guests with weed. And how close, for example, would say be the nearest herb house?
Yeah, so it's interesting for a person to have access. They need to get basically medical authorization, which is filling out some paperwork. So we can help facilitate that process for people. And then, access to the closest herb house is really close within Ocho Rios.
Okay. And there are several in Ocho Rios
There are.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead.
No, I was going to say we do have herb houses that we are, more closely affiliated with. So there's Itopia Life as well, which, we can guarantee that the cannabis coming from that dispensary is of like excellent high grade quality. But like I said before, it all hinges on, the individual, the traveler completing that medical recommendation process first.
Right. And they do it at the dispensary, or can they do it at your property?
No, we can do it with them. We can help
Okay.
facilitate that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Now, stoners familiar with Jamaica may remember an earlier hotbox that is no longer around. Are you connected with the people who own that, and how are you different from what they did?
Yeah, I mean, we have friendly relationships for sure with the people who were previous owners of Hotbox. They were located in Runaway Bay in a house, and we've basically just changed locations, but the vibe that we offer is still the same, and the experience is still the same. So, yeah, I mean, I would say that, whatever a person's looking for from a 420 experience, that's what we can offer.
So, what sort of guests are you attracting? Are you attracting the sort of typical bed and breakfast type customer, or are you attracting a sort of more upscale, middle class sort of customer?
I don't think that there's just like one type of customer that can come here. I think, we're looking for people that want to explore Jamaica in a way that's a little bit off the beaten path. So people who come here, want to be a little bit more adventurous. They're open to trying local foods. They're ready to do a bit of touring and exploration. They appreciate the ganja culture. So, it doesn't necessarily need to be, of any particular class. I think it's more about the
Okay.
experience or the opportunity that a person's looking for, that's what we would be able to deliver.
Okay. How close are you to the town of Ocho Rios and restaurants and popular attractions and so on?
Yeah, we're about a 5-minute drive. We're 4 kilometers, actually, four
Okay.
kilometers outside of the town of Ocho Rios. It's very easy for us to arrange drivers, or if someone wants to just go outside the front gate, then they can, hail a taxi and go into the town. So very close. And Ocho Rios is a really welcoming place. I mean, there's lots of good restaurants, there's beaches, there's craft markets, there's a lot to explore there. So it's a fun place to be.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, as I told you earlier, we like to keep these short and sweet. So if there is one thing that you'd like a prospective guest to know about Hotbox, what would that be?
Oh, you'll have a warm, enjoyable, memorable experience when you come here. Whatever, I guess, adventure you want to craft, we're here to help you create that.
All right, Teresa. Well, thank you very much for doing this.
Thanks for
So
having me.
see you around and maybe see you one day in Jamaica soon.
Yeah, for sure. I look forward to it. Take
All
care,
right.
Norman.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.